Reynolds, and my TED Talk is The Rise of Human-Computer Cooperation, presented by Shyam Sankar. Shyam Sankar is the current director of Forward Deployed Engineering at Palantir Technology. He got his Bachelor's of Science degree in Cornell and in electrical computer engineering, and he went on to get his master's at Stanford in um, management science and engineering. He is currently the director of Palantir Technologies, which is a computer software company located in Palo Alto, California. The aim of this company is to integrate customers' data and analyze it using technology to find new solutions to whatever problems or information the customer may need. This integration and analyzation is what Sankar focuses on in his TED Talk. Given in 2012, Sankar urges his audience to consider and observe what can be accomplished by human-computer integration. Sankar begins his talk with an anecdote of a chess tournament in which two amateur chess players with two non-assuming and relatively weak laptops beat out all of their other opponents, including a grandmaster with a supercomputer. Now, how does this make sense? Sankar holds that their success was dependent on the cooperation between humans and their computers. Sankar goes on to say that our attention has been focused on the wrong idea and philosophy concerning artificial intelligence, and that we should be focused more on a different, less well-known or accepted artificial intelligence philosophy. According to Sankar, society has been basing their ideas mainly on Marvin Minsky's vision of artificial intelligence. Now, if you're anything like me, you might be unfamiliar with this name and theory, so I'm going to summarize. Minsky came up with the Society of Mind theory that holds that the mind, as we know it, is composed of individual, uncomplicated, and diverse pieces which are known as agents. Now, these agents work together to give the mind, as we think of it, with its complex abilities. And as interesting as that sounds, Sankar hypothesizes that society should instead be focusing on J.C.R. Licklier's philosophy or theory of human-computer symbiosis or intelligence augmentation. Licklier's goal was to enable cooperation between man and machine to allow for a better and more well-informed decision-making process. And this goal was to combine the formulated process of machines with the nonlinear and more creative human reasoning abilities. Licklier wanted computers to do the formulaic work and analysis and allowed humans to make a better, more educated decision based on this knowledge. Sankar goes on to describe some of the victories that this integration approach has merited. First, and my personal favorite, was the development of a game called Foldit, which allowed users to work with computers to elucidate possible protein folding structures. So the humans would visually rearrange the proteins, and the computer would determine if the user's theory or hypothesized structure was in accord with the intermolecular forces that would dictate the structure of the protein. This is really a useful development in medicine and real-world science because the more scientists know about the structure of a protein, the more they know about its function, and knowing this function can allow for treatments to be developed. Sankar also described how human-computer symbiosis allowed for the construction of a very personalized memorial for the victims of 9/11. It used the process called meaningful adjacency, which relied on computers to organize the victims and according to their relationships with each other. The humans then took this knowledge from the organization the computer provided and arranged the names in a visually pleasing and respectful way. Sankar says to improve human-computer relations farther, it is vital to incorporate human tendencies into the program or the process of the computer. Essentially, don't ignore the human elements or the humans who are running the programs. Sinkar describes problems that machines can almost eliminate, such as catching fraud in online businesses, and his example was PayPal. Computers can recognize common indicators of fraudulent activity, but the innovation that the most successful fraudsters um, rely on is generally more innovative, and the computers are not as successful as identifying that. Instead, that's where humans come in. Computers take the data and analyze it for known patterns, while humans can find new patterns and test hypotheses. Sankar acknowledges that that computers sifting through data make some people uneasy and uncomfortable, and allows them to feel as if their privacy is being violated. Sankar acknowledges that these concerns, or reiterates that these concerns should not be disregarded, but he doesn't mention the issue again in the video. Instead, Sankar moves on to go on to describe more accomplishments of human-computer symbiosis. One example concerned the terrorist group Al-Qaeda. It was found that a significant amount of suicide bombers or fighters were from one particular town in Libya. From this, researchers could trace back events which they determined to have caused or inspired the town villagers to join Al-Qaeda and be willing to fight as suicide bombers. I believe the particular instance was a speech that was given in the town in Libya and was meant to persuade and successfully persuaded soldiers to join Al-Qaeda as suicide bombers. However, this research also elucidated logistic facts, which was exploited by the United States and the researchers to better fight these terrorists. Another example Sankar offered concerned natural disasters. By integrating geospatial information, social media data, and information from relief organizations, the U.S. Army was able to determine who and what areas in Haiti were the most at risk for flooding from natural disasters. They had, I think some of their information they had in these areas was actually destroyed by an earthquake that happened there in the past. So humans could then react and make necessary efforts to save those who were most at risk with the information provided by and analyzed by the computers. Basically, humans reacted and made a well-informed decision based on what the computers told them, which is exactly what Leclerc had pushed for with his theories. So Sankar, at least in my experience, Sankar made very intriguing points in his TED Talk, and he described human-computer relationships in a way I had never thought of. So I would like to leave you with these 3 questions. First, like I mentioned before, Sankar touched on security issues or fears that people may have concerning their privacy in his TED Talk, but he didn't elaborate any farther. So, what are steps individuals could take to ensure their privacy? Second, do you think it is possible that humans and computers will ever integrate too much? Like, will humans ever lose their analytical abilities because computers have basically made them obsolete or unnecessary? And third and finally, which of the 2 philosophies on artificial intelligence, Minsky's or Leclerc's, do you think build a better model for future technology? Just in your opinion, do you agree with Sankar and that Leclerc's is the better model, or do you think Minsky also offers some intriguing ideas? Anyways, that's it. Thank you.